Where is the truth you promised?
Oh boy, that sure was Aesop Rock, not to be confused with ASAP Rocky, if you don't know. Aesop Rock is at the apartment that we hang out. That's where I found out about him recently because he did a song called Kirby, which is just a video about his kitten, and of course, that's what I'm into when I look for my hardcore gangster rap.
Yeah, so he's a rap artist who's not conventional, to say the least.
I believe, I don't remember what publication was that said he has the widest vocabulary. Yeah. So the most, like, where else are you going to hear people? What rap artist are you going to listen to that uses the word sycophants?
It's true,
right?
I think I've heard him be called the walking thesaurus.
Oh,
yeah,
I like that. I'm going to read the first few sentences of his Wikipedia page. If we
Go for it. Brett, are you ready for this?
Yes.
Welcome, Brett. By the way.
Hi.
So, let's just. Okay, Ian Matthias Bavitz, better known by his stage name Aesop Rock, is an American hip-hop recording artist and producer residing in Portland, Oregon. He was at the forefront of the new wave of underground and alternative hip-hop acts that emerged during the late 1990s and early 2000s. Isn't that interesting?
No, it is actually. Like, so that he's a cool guy. Where was he? Where was he saying he was from?
He's
Portland?
in Oregon now. He's from New York.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, like, let's just talk about his song Kirby for a second.
Yeah.
He has a whole song dedicated to his new cat that he bought because of a therapist told him to do so.
Yeah.
That is amazing. He just wanted to sort of, like, express himself, and that's what he does, because that's what rap is really about. It's just an expression of who you are.
I mean, I personally don't do it, but that's why I leave that to Steven. But yeah, that's what it is. It's poetry with music behind it, as it was always described to me.
Yeah, no, it's cool, and I think he does it really well to the point that it's not just like he's saying the hits that a lot of rappers say. It's not just like, I got the girl, I did the intercourse, whatever.
If I can use the pussy money weed as the thing that is now in vogue.
In quotes.
In quotes.
Well,
no, it's not.
Fine. Yeah.
It's a slant swear. We're okay, I think, I hope.
No, we're good. But
we are incredibly fired.
So that's the last show. I hope you had fun.
All right, it's been fun.
I just want to say Trump all the way.
No, but really, I want to give a warm welcome to our special guest today.
Did opinions and views expressed on this radio show are solely those of Attilio?
Yeah.
Welcome, Brett.
Hello.
Hey,
it's me.
That was a segue if there ever was one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were talking a lot about the great artist, and you know what? We have another great guy
Trump
here.
or
yeah.
Oh.
Have you seen his work?
Yes.
Yeah.
Very orange.
It's about 1 country wide long. And it's about 10 feet up.
Oh, reality sucks.
The wall.
It's all right.
Get it?
I get it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Man. Hi, Brett.
Hey.
Hello, graphic artist Brett.
Hello, that's me.
Yeah. So we've talked to you before. You're a cool guy. We all know that.
Oh boy.
Wow.
What's that?
I said, oh boy.
Yeah.
He called you a liar. He
Yeah.
said, no, you're lying.
Oh no.
That's fine.
Why are you wearing a hat? It's so hot in here.
I don't know.
It's
Yeah.
warm.
It wasn't hot when I got here, and now it's hot, and now I've already committed to the bit. I
That's fair.
Just to give you a bit of context, it is a sauna in here.
Yeah.
I can't believe how nice the weather is outside, but I hate it. I freaking don't like it because, and this is the reason, it heats up the rest of the rooms inside, and no one turns on the AC.
No.
It's winter still.
Or turns off the heat,
Yeah.
which is the issue. And I like that today and yesterday actually were the first warm days we've had this year.
Mm-hmm.
And because last time Brett was here was in late November, and that was the first snow we had prior to the winter.
We're coming full circle.
Oh,
buddy.
Come back one more time, we'll have the heat death of the universe. It'll be hype.
All right, I'm down. When do we... Let's book it in.
Let's schedule it for late June so I can still have my birthday.
All right, sounds good.
I did Attilio just to predict the end of the world.
Huh? Oh, man, I'm rooting for it. We got like 2 years left.
Oh,
That's terrible.
Oh, that's
well,
my
not
time.
because of any human things, just the sun's going to explode or something.
Mm-hmm. Well, so you're...
Hopefully not.
I mean, we'll all be dead someday, but until then, let's just enjoy our time
Aesop.
here.
Oh.
And Aesop and Brett.
And Brett.
And me. Mostly me.
Yeah.
Let's
So you're a
put off
graphic
that.
designer.
Yes.
You do a lot of cool stuff with the works of the internet and the computers.
Exactly.
That is crazy because I don't understand any of it. I've lived with 5 different graphic designers at the same time. So I mean, it doesn't. I don't want to make it sound too big, but like just watching them with their like giant sketch thing, like the one that's hooked up to the computer.
Yes.
It's like a tablet.
Yeah.
Right? And they just draw, and then like, how does this work? You're not looking at the thing you're drawing, but you are because it's on the...
It is a talent. That's something I haven't fully embraced. I did just get one, though.
Oh, nice.
So I'm trying to go into that world a little bit.
Ooh.
But yeah, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
I'm so used to just using a mouse, and
Right.
this is different. It's a little different.
Is it like walking like for the first time sort of thing? Or
Yes.
do you have like, okay, like
Basically,
totally.
yeah.
Nice. That's crazy.
It's not totally different than a mouse. It's just a little different.
Right,
But it is
right.
a different tool that you have to kind of get used to using.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, that's actually really cool. Like, it just always seems, it's like a disconnect between like your hand and what you're drawing. Because I would always imagine, like, when I used to draw as a kid, I used to do like a lot of tracing and, you know, kid stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe I still do sometimes. You know,
We all do.
and like, if I look away for a second, I'll like draw a line that I think is going to be right, and I look back and it's just
Awful.
And I imagine that's what it would be like all the time. So it's just, it blows my mind that people have this like talent. It's the same thing with even like, I mean, writing in a straight line without looking.
Yeah.
Try to do that. Everybody. It's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
We suck.
Yeah.
We're really not as artistic as we think. Terrible.
Thank God for computers.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, so I mean, that's really cool. And I've never been exactly creative. Like I said, I traced. Obviously, in the world of graphic design, you sort of have to have a little bit of creativity, and I'm sure you're going to be like, oh, no.
Are we?
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that.
Oh.
But you're a creative guy. I mean, like, look at you.
Thank
You're
you.
wearing a hat, and it's it's freaking hot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very creative.
Yeah. I bleeped myself there.
It was a bad decision, but
Yeah.
hey, I'm here.
No, but it's cool. I mean, yeah.
You're in
It
a
is-
room with some editors who can fix it. It's fine.
Exactly. That's fine.
Well, so recently we talked a little bit before. You said you've been a lot of work,
Yes.
right? A lot of work. It's the time of the year. It's it's the year of the century where everybody just sort of has to work,
Exactly.
right? How have you had time to practice your talents as a graphic design, or is it just like now is the time to get money and then later passion?
Well, luckily, this first bit of the year so far has been pretty busy for me.
Awesome.
Almost too busy, but I mean, that's a good problem to complain
Yeah.
about, I guess. But yeah, I haven't had a lot of free time to kind of experiment and practice and kind of branch out and do other things. But I mean, hey, I won't complain.
No,
I've
yeah.
been busy, and I've still been working on a lot of the stuff that I like.
Awesome.
So it's not like I'm doing stuff that I don't like.
No, yeah.
So I can't complain, but yeah, it will be nice once things slow down a little bit,
Just a tiny bit.
just so that I can kind of start playing around with it and having fun with it again.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, I always say, like, a passion is great to have as a job, but it's still work, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's still for the money, and there's still those check boxes that you're always going to have to click, right?
Exactly, yeah.
No matter what it is. Like, even, radio. Radio's great. If I'm playing music, if I don't know the artist,
Yeah.
But, I still love talking, and I love talking to you, and I love talking to you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
We love hearing you speak.
My mom never said that. No.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
oh, jeez.
It is a joke.
Rude.
Yeah. No, it's an interesting time, especially like I'm sure nowadays graphic designs are so much more needed than like in the last 20 years.
Yeah, definitely. Because even for things that you didn't think, like much the same as how TV has kind of gone to like this online world, it's the same with graphics, where now you have graphics for videos that people are making online.
Wow.
And different websites and different concepts as people push more of their work online. The whole landscape of graphic design changes too, because now it's not just printing magazines and billboards.
Right.
There's a lot more to it in terms of web stuff than just the traditional
Okay. Have you been like focusing more on web design side of it, or like are you doing banners and what the other stuff?
A lot of my work is web based,
Okay.
but it's just whatever the person wants me to
Right.
make. Like I work with this one. I think I might have mentioned it in the last one. I work with this one company from Guyana,
Oh yeah.
and they're a marketing company, and so some of their clients they need printed stuff, and then some of their clients is just social media type stuff. So it all depends on whatever they need for the week, I
Yes.
guess.
They're just the guy. You're just the guy they go to,
Exactly.
which
yeah.
has got to be a good feeling.
Yeah, no, definitely. Especially in a country so far away. It's weird that I could do that from my house, and yeah.
Do the time zones ever become an issue?
No, because I think they're only an hour ahead.
Yes,
which
yeah.
isn't bad. So there's been times where he's like, all right, I need something by 12, and then it'll be 12 their time, which is I think 11 our time.
Okay.
And so there's sometimes that to think about,
Right.
but usually it's not an issue.
Right. They I'm sure they take that into consideration as well, since they obviously.
I think
know
the
where you're
biggest
from.
thing is the conversion rate.
Oh.
Because like $100 here is like 14,000 there or something. Like it's a weird conversion.
Yeah, it's like the dollar to the yen or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah, it's something crazy like that. So that's usually the only issues getting me paid.
That'd be interesting. Getting paid is important. Let's be honest here.
Exactly.
It helps with the real passion of life, which is food.
That's the thing. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You need food, and that's it.
Have you guys been aware of this like trend of the Pinterest people on obviously Pinterest,
yeah.
and they do all those crafts, and now it's sort of been moving to Facebook, but not only has it been moved to Facebook, but it's been changed to everything about food.
Yes.
It's
And I follow every single one of
It's
them.
amazing.
I love them.
Have you there's that one it's a
talking about
balloon that you coat in chocolate and then you pop the balloon and
Yes.
it stays as a sphere. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And you like put ice cream in the middle of it, so then you melt the chocolate and it's ice. Oh,
That
yes.
sounds weird.
I've watched. So I actually helped. I was helping a friend with a Valentine's Day debacle last year, and I was like, I know a thing.
Wait a minute. I've been training for this moment.
Yeah, exactly. And they always seem so cool and so like interesting. I know if I did it, I'm not a cook. I don't know about you. I'm not a cook.
I could probably, I feel like if you just follow the recipe, there's no way you could mess it up.
I don't know. Have you seen
But
those?
that's the thing is some people find ways to still mess it
Yeah.
up.
I mean, even companies do. Have you seen those SpongeBob popsicles?
This is true. Yeah, they're horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, you say that, but I have set pasta on fire by accident.
Huh.
'Cause I dropped one of the, it's not a noodle, it was like a little bit of thing, and it dropped on the burner and just whoosh.
All right, well,
That's actually
your
It's
chef
possible.
card has been revoked.
I never had one, it's fine. I only recently started trying to, I almost killed myself with pasta last week, but that's kind of besides the point because I had way too much of it.
I do want to take a moment here to shout out the people who are watching
Hello.
on our Facebook feed that's going live right this moment. So make sure you go check that out.
I should see who's on there. I can go on my phone.
Yeah. So welcome, Jai, guys. It's good to have you to be part of the conversation. If you have any questions for Brett or one of us, feel free to put them in, and we can read them. I'll read them to you guys because I can
Cool.
see you guys are a little bit too far.
I'm a little far, but
Yeah,
that's
it's okay.
fine.
Yeah.
I see somebody's in there. I don't know.
There's
who
5 people.
Oh man, I'm popular.
Well, I just
That's
popped back
actually-
out, so now it's back to 4.
Awesome.
Ah, he was the fifth.
Oh,
guy.
so many comments, so many thumbs up. All right, this is too much. Let's move on.
Let's just shut it down.
Don't look at the screen. It's not good. It's not good.
Yeah, so thanks for coming again. It's been a lot of fun to be able to like reconnect with the people we've brought on before and see what they've been up to. Obviously, you've been up to a lot.
I try to be. I try to always be busy because I don't like. I like free time, but I don't like free time.
Oh,
Because I'm at that point in my life where like I'm really trying to figure out, kind of lay the foundation of the rest of my life.
Thinking about getting like a house or an apartment at least, sort of thing.
Yeah, like there's that sort of stuff that you got to think about now, and so I'm just trying to figure everything out. And
I feel you, man.
Yeah.
I should be doing that.
hey, listen, put it off for as long as you can.
Yeah, I'm just here
It
talking
sucks.
on a radio.
Wait until you hit 30 something and start a retirement fund.
Did you just like ashamedly not say your age?
No, I'm not 30 something.
No, but I was gonna
Wait
say
a minute.
like I'm sorry, I didn't actually hear the number. I was just like you were 30.
I'm not 30 anything.
I thought you were saying 3. It's
No.
okay. Like 23.
I'm 24.
Something. I know.
Wait, you're not 37?
No. I know the beard kind of ruins the illusion, but
That's, yeah. I mean, especially here, like, we're being at school, and we do talk to a lot of the younger generation. I would love to have some of a little bit older.
we also talked about when Brett and I started at the same time the program. There was a woman who was almost 40 in the program.
Yeah.
And that was, I don't know, it became not an issue very quickly, but it was just like a weird coming
That's
out
the
of
thing,
high
is
school.
that from the beginning it's like, oh, that's kind of weird that there's somebody older doing something that typically a younger person would do.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, what, you turn 40, you're not allowed to learn a new skill?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's ever too
No.
late to really do it. Maybe there's some things that older people do that might be a little bit weird if they're doing it because younger people generally do it.
Like
How
going to
old do you
raves.
think is
Exactly.
too old? How old do you think is too old to start learning a new skill?
I don't think ever.
No? That's good. That's
There's
a
a
good
difference
motto.
between a new skill and a new career, I
New
think.
career.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing because depending on what the career is, if you're 50, 60 years old, maybe you just don't have a chance of ever making it just because of your age, and that might not be a good thing.
Yeah,
But
I'm bringing this up because when I was in my last school, Fanshawe, I was taking police foundations and then switched over to private investigations. But while I was in police foundations, I had a classmate who was 55.
okay,
And he was, a bit older, he had some problems, physical problems. He couldn't do as much of the running and everything like that, but he still did as much as he could. Completely graduated, and I think he's working now.
Good.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
It also depends on what your career goals are too, because you might go into a program that's like that. For example, people might think that they're the only reason why you would go into that program is to become a cop or something.
Right.
But there are different stems of careers that can start from that.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
That an older person could do just
Yeah.
as easily as anybody else.
Yeah, there's security auditing, private investigations, which is what I took eventually. There's lots of different paths, and they're pretty exciting too. Like private investigation, let me tell you, that was a fun course.
Oh.
I got to follow classmates and be a detective.
Did they
Sounds
know?
fun.
They knew someone was following them because they're classmates. They were in the class, but they were a target that they got a free class. They
kinda
literally
cool.
just had an A because they were targets.
What did they do?
They just in the
just
time
follow
period.
them?
Yeah,
Like you just
exactly. In the
see
time
what they
period,
do?
in the time of that class would be, they would just go wherever they want. They could just do whatever they want, and we had to do that, follow them, and get information.
Huh.
Yeah. And we could do it outside of that time as well. And actually, I tell this story, but one of my classmates, I'm not going to say her name because it's pretty sad fact.
Oh.
But she got a hold of his SIN number and credit card number, and put that in the report that we wrote.
That's not good.
Yeah.
You should probably
Shred it and burn.
Yeah.
probably be a little more careful with your information.
I think, I don't know where it was, maybe his wallet or something like that, but
Yeah.
somehow she got a hold of it.
Oh, she's
Waving
good.
the SIM card around in a bar.
She's good.
He had a party, and he invited everybody to
Yeah. Hey guys, by the way, my SIN number is.
So that was, it was a bit of an interesting time, but it was a lot of fun, and I know we got a little bit off topic there, but
What topic?
Yeah, just talking about how old.
Let's get back to me.
All right,
Well, we did really have to.
go ahead.
So about those old people.
It's never too late to start, is what I'm trying to say.
Exactly.
Keep on doing what you want to do, because you'll get somewhere.
But also know the field. You're getting into TV. That's how we started. This lady who was almost 40 in TV. There's people graduating in their early 20s who can't find work anywhere because people who work in the industry aren't leaving.
Yeah.
So the advantage would go to somebody. I think would go to somebody who can be invested in for a decade or two
It's true.
and build, as opposed to someone who's going to be retiring at the end of that span of time.
There's definitely going to be more hurdles to jump.
Yeah.
And the more things you're going to have to cross. But if this person that is president can be president, you can do anything you want to be. I think that's been the motto.
That's an old guy.
Yeah.
He's an old guy, and he became president, so you can do whatever you want.
I'm not going to say his name because if you say his name 3 times in a mirror, he'll come.
Oh.
And I'm not going to continue on with that joke.
All right. Moving on.
Yeah, it's fine.
I don't, man, whatever. All I was going to say was don't be in your mid-40s and start your first education in like a trade school or something.
Yeah.
Because that just sounds like a recipe for a bad time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I mean, unless you're passionate for it.
I guess. Yeah.
That's the thing is, who am I to tell somebody they can't do anything?
You're Brett.
Yeah.
That's true. Hey,
Yeah.
you can't do anything, so move along.
Actually, it's a perfect time because we're going to be playing a little song from Attilio. What's the song?
I didn't realize we were ready to break. Okay,
Yeah.
so last week the one that I highlighted was by Raleigh Ritchie, who plays Grey Worm on Game of Thrones.
Mhm. Great guy.
This song is called Ardon, which is by another guy from Game of Thrones, Ewan Rayon, who plays Ramsay Bolton.
Are we just becoming a radio station that plays Game of Thrones music?
No, because this is
Yes.
the only other musician from that show.
Well, for now.
He's Welsh.
Yeah.
He does folk music, and I found out about him before Game of Thrones started because he was on the show Misfits, which was incredible,
Yes,
and also
it
on
is.
Netflix. So check it out along with Ip Man and Luther and all that stuff from last week. Which I started Luther, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ardon, Ewan Rayon.
Here on
Good
Say
song.
Radio, the voice of Seneca College.
Oh.
I think that must have been perfect timing.
was
I'm
that
very
noise?
sorry for hearing if you had to hear that.
Yeah, it's alright. We got like one viewer.
Yeah, but that was On Fire
Oh.
by some guy on Game of
Ewan
Thrones.
Rayon.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
It's
And
a hardy Welsh name.
it is, actually.
Yeah.
I think... No,
yes,
just
yes,
to-
that is a fact. Yes, it is Welsh.
Well, I don't know a whole lot about Welsh.
Nothing but cold hard facts here at Toronto Talent.
Yeah, it's true. Like the fact that I'm having a lot of fun with you guys.
Oh.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I'm kind of lukewarm on the whole thing, I'm going to be honest.
I'm warm
All right,
as well.
welcome back to Toronto Talent with Thomas and Brett.
Yeah.
On today's show, we talk about things.
Some poopy head who doesn't want to be a part of it.
I didn't say that.
I like someone.
No. I'll just have my monster and fight you in peace.
We're going to do a little bit of news talk.
Oh, yeah.
The Trump count is high today.
Okay.
The Trump count is around 30.
No.
If you don't know what the Trump count is where I go on Twitter and I look at how many articles are about Trump in the first first page.
Okay.
And it's 30 today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot of Trump for your Twitter.
Yeah, I'm really hoping it goes down along with the temperature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Won't happen.
no.
Not a chance.
It's, you realize Wednesday's 11?
Yeah.
That's way too high.
For
Yeah.
February.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Global warming.
What, global wubba?
Global warming. Chumbawamba.
That's fake.
Is it?
That's not a real thing.
It was pretty cold like 2 days ago, so
It's not a real thing.
You know, else is not a real thing.
open your eyes, sheeple.
I'm not going to get too far into that. That's a hole that I don't like to go down.
Global warming hole.
The conspiracy hole of Misfits.
Oh. Misfits, the show that Ewan Rayon was on.
Yeah.
Brett's getting a call. Do
I
you
just
want to pick
announce
that up?
that.
That's my sister.
You want to answer?
No.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry, Brittany.
Yes.
If you're listening to this, Brittany, I'm very sorry.
Probably
I'm
not. Otherwise, why would you call me?
Because she wants to be on air.
Becca did it a few weeks ago.
It's true. We have had that happen. If you ever do want to call
phone in interviews.
Yeah, we did it. It was very long.
Was it?
I mean, it was okay.
I honestly really don't remember how long that was.
It was like 3 or 4 minutes.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
It's a
That's
drop
an
in the bucket when
eternity.
we got 60.
Have you guys been keeping up with the awards that have been going on?
No.
The Grammys?
No.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
I
Did you-
didn't watch them.
Okay.
I try to watch them because I am in TV,
Mhm,
and that is a pretty big production in TV.
Mhm.
But yeah, I didn't watch them.
My question is, where do they get that many Grannies in one room?
I don't know.
The last time I enjoyed anything to do with the Grammys was a few years ago when Imagine Dragons and Kendrick Lamar did a thing together. It was
That was very
amazing.
good. That
And
was very
then
good.
since then it was just
I
down.
think Kendrick was there this year.
Probably, yeah.
If I remember correctly. And Drake was, and he says he doesn't want his award.
Oh.
I thought he wasn't there.
He might have not
He's
been
on
there.
Tour, I think.
But he won,
Yeah.
which is very strange. He didn't show up, but he won.
Well, he's on tour.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I mean, he can't be in two places at once. Well, maybe he can because he's Drake.
Well, and maybe we're going to have that technology soon. Actually, interesting article I'm going to tell you guys about.
Okay.
And I just want to know your first thoughts, because mine was maybe not that everybody would have. They recently came with the knowledge that people can now start erasing memories.
Oh.
Fully.
Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah. What are you
How?
It's a mix between it's a mix between technology
Technology's
and
been around.
and like therapy. It's a weird conglomerate of both of them. But yeah, it's meant for like people with like PTSD and like coming back from the war addiction.
Right.
But like, what kind of sci-fi fantasy are we going to be living where we can just totally erase memories nowadays?
See, I think humans are going to go too far at some point. I don't know where that line's going to be. Well, we're going to go too far.
Oh, yeah.
Just because somebody's going to be like, I wonder if we could do this. And then it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And then something terrible is going to result from it.
Oh my! We're going to be living in a world where we only remember the day we're living in.
Yeah.
And then you go to sleep, and it's just like, oh, it's Monday again.
Oh, like
go to
51st
work.
dates.
And then we can work every day of the week because we won't remember what day of the week it is. That's a world we might be living in. Every day is Friday, let's say, because then everybody has motivation for the weekend that will never come.
You just plug into the Overlord and see what happens.
Yeah.
Make a movie.
Yeah, that sounds like a movie, actually. We should
be a
make that
movie.
movie. If you're
I'm
out there,
down.
don't steal that. 'Cause
Don't steal it.
OC, please don't steal.
Swedish
Start
guy,
writing a pilot.
Swedish guy, please don't steal. Actually, yeah, that actually does sound like a TV show. But
Between the three of us, we could probably write a pretty decent pilot and shoot it.
yeah. I mean,
Brett's good with the
it's so
camera. I'm
interesting.
okay as an editor.
All right.
Tom's has got a good voice.
I can just stand there.
No,
But yeah, I think that technology that you were speaking of, I think it's, I don't know, I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I think it's something that could be abused and used for malicious purposes. But some people, things happen and they don't want to remember it anymore. So
true.
it's one of those things where I'm like, well, who am I to say what you should and shouldn't remember?
Right, except maybe you don't remember that there's already been a war caused by it and we've all just forgotten.
The Matrix was pretty cool, right?
Yeah. But like that, we're coming to that point where there's a turn in the road and we can go one of two ways and that could be it. And I'm not saying it's going to be because I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but like it's just possibilities, man. And it's crazy to think that we've come to the point in our technological evolution where we can control someone's mind that way.
Well, that's the thing, is even 15, 20 years ago, maybe a little longer, 20 years wasn't that long, but whatever, point being that even the fact that I've got that camera on and somebody who's not in this room can watch something through my phone.
That's crazy.
Like we're advancing very quickly.
Yeah.
And we don't even know where we're going to be in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years.
Remember 10 years ago when smartphones didn't happen yet?
Yeah.
I repressed that. I'd forgotten about it, actually.
Oh, there you go. See, full circle. That's what this show's about.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Tom and Till with full circle.
Whoa. It's an interesting idea. Like there could definitely be a place for that kind of very, very specialized section of medicine.
Yeah.
If I'm going to call it medicine, maybe it's psychiatry or something, which I guess is also medicine. But like, there's an absolute use for that for, as you say, people who have had a traumatizing experience and want to not remember it. I guess it's if you have like a legitimate reason, which would be subjective anyway. But like, all we are as people is like just a walking ball of memories.
Yeah.
So if you start chipping away at that, how do you know what changes and what doesn't?
I'm wondering when the first case of someone being addicted to forgetting is going to happen.
Oh.
Because they're using this technology to help people forget addiction, right? That's really cool. But like, someone's going to not remember that they had their memory erased and then be like, really want to get their memory erased and go do it again. That's another movie.
That's another movie.
Yeah.
All right, I'm marking these down.
Yeah.
These are some good movies.
And we're just thinking all our movies are memory based.
They're all based on the exact same idea.
Wow.
Just a different character.
all I can say on the topic of that, like, medicine is that I personally would not go for it. Like, it's a year ago today, on February 19th, that a friend of mine, and you guys may know this about like my personal past, a friend of mine overdosed. a year ago, and then the next month of my life was just a crap show. I was about to swear much heavier than that, but I stopped.
No.
And like, if there's any one thing I'd want to forget, it's that stretch of a month.
Right.
But that also is a reform of like me as a different person now than I was a year ago. So if you were to take away that stretch, that life event, how would I be different?
It's true.
Yeah.
And so if you get someone who walks in and let's say they were a combat veteran of some kind, and like, sure, terrible thing happened and they've just gone downhill from it. You remove it. How are they going to be on the other end of it?
It's true.
You know,
That's true.
It's too early to see
The effects
what the long-term sort of personality changes would. I don't know. That's just way above and beyond what I can think of.
Yeah, it's also the thought that, like, especially in your case, your personal case, is like the event still happened even if you don't remember it.
Yeah.
And I think that's another side effect that people aren't really thinking of, especially in the cases of like that. If you went to war and you want to forget it, that's a personal thing.
Yeah.
Like that's what am I trying to say? That happened to you specifically, right? Where the event you might want to forget it happened to you, where an event that happened to someone else, and if you're trying to forget that, like, it doesn't change it.
Right.
Sadly, it just makes it so you don't know it, and I think that's even sadder.
The world kept turning.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think some things. Listen, life is terrible.
Yeah.
It is. We live our lives. Eventually, we all die. The people we all love die. It's terrible, but it's almost these sort of things are almost a necessary part of life, so we could evolve as human beings.
Exactly.
And be able to, I guess, connect with other humans. And so if we don't have any of these terrible things that happen, then what would we be as humans?
It's true.
So I think there's
very cold.
Yeah. So I think there's a thin line between like what is almost a necessary pain that you kind of just have to deal with, and what is like something that would be really life-changing if you got rid of it.
So maybe this particular branch of technology should be much more to the discretion of the doctors than the patients.
Yeah. In severe cases where like it's crippling their lifestyle or something.
Yeah.
It's an incredible thing if it can be done.
Well, I mean, that's what they're saying.
Got to learn how to manage it.
It's coming to unfold, like the workings of it. It is already starting to happen. So I just thought that was a little bit interesting. Like
or Soma happens, which is a beautiful game.
Also, the picture of the man that's in the article looks exactly like our friend Danelle. Oh, so that was another thing. Another news. No, I got news right off the top of my head right now.
Bring it.
We talked a little bit about this earlier, but there's some exciting news in the most important thing that's happening in all of 2017, maybe 2018.
Oh boy.
Live action Lion King.
Oh, yeah.
That is very exciting.
Yes, I can't wait. It's going to be amazing. And they just announced that they're going to hire Mufasa, the original voice for Mufasa.
James Earl Jones.
Who is also Darth Vader.
And he's done other things.
Yeah, he's done other things as well.
But they don't matter. Just those two.
Yeah. I'm going to say 99% of the people listening probably have seen those two things.
It's like the only scene in Big Bang Theory that ever made me laugh is Sheldon Cooper sees James Earl Jones at a restaurant, and he looks up and he was like, "You like Star Wars?" Like, "Yeah, I like Star Wars too." And then
that's awesome.
Sorry, back on track.
No, yeah. So they hired him as a voice actor to play the Mufasa, the character. I also do want to say, because it seemed like someone I was talking to recently was confused about this. It's live action, but it's computer animated. Like, it's still like it's the Jungle Book. It's live action, but it's CG out the wazoo.
So
right?
It's not an animation. It's not a cartoon.
Exactly. And that's how I explained it to him. But some people still get confused about that. They're thinking, like, they're actually human.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's Hamlet.
Well, yeah. Or Cats. Great movie, Cats, actually. Okay. I like that movie.
I think if it's done anything like The Jungle Book was, it'll be great.
Yeah. No,
exactly. I enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, it was a really good movie.
Yeah.
Their musical, the music numbers in it, too?
Yeah.
Holy. We talked about that last week, I think, too. But, I mean, like, that was incredible. I actually went back and watched it again. Because I do that a lot. I rewatch movies. I'm a rewatcher. Not everybody is. Like, my brother, he can only watch something once.
I'm like that, too.
Yeah?
Where there's movies that I love, but I'll probably never watch them again. Because I'm like, well, I've already seen it.
Wow.
And it's terrible because like people who like really love movies, they'll go back, they'll watch it, they'll notice things that they haven't seen before.
Right.
Not me.
Like
well,
La
I
La
didn't
Land.
catch it the first time. Well, great movie, but I'm not catching those details.
So you're telling me is you're not going to watch La La Land 3 times in a row in the theater?
I might,
No? Yeah? Okay.
maybe. We'll see.
4 times. Break the record.
It's got to be a movie that has stuff for you to keep finding.
That's very true.
Yeah, I guess.
Or like the sentiment itself is something that can be taken like repeatedly. My favorite
Yeah.
movie is 50-50. It's a movie with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Seth Rogen battling cancer.
That was a
The
good movie.
sentiment is always good, right?
Yeah.
It's like learning to love yourself and to love life even in the direst of times.
Right.
That is the overlying message. And I've watched it probably 8 times. Because every so
Crazy.
often I'm like, I could be happy.
Yeah.
And then I watch it and it makes me happy.
Yeah.
It makes me sad at first, but then it makes me happy.
Yeah, but
I've
it's
cried.
fun.
I've cried at it
Do
watching
you,
it.
do you have any movies, whatever shows or anything like that, that you watched once and like loved or had a reaction to, but will never go back to?
Let's see. No.
Because I can say I had that with actually as the Facebook on this day thing reminded me a year ago when I watched Dear Zachary, which is the like best worst documentary
Really?
of all. Have you not seen it?
I've not. I mean, it's supposed to be extremely, extremely sad, isn't it?
Yeah, I made the mistake of like it was.
Have you
an
heard
hour-
about it? First of all,
Dear Zachary.
I feel like I've heard about it.
I must
Never
have told
seen
you
it.
about it. It's
Probably.
very like Spark Notes version of this. There was a guy named Andrew Bagby, I think is his last name, and he was going out with this woman, mentally unstable. When he left her, she killed him.
Wow.
Found out very soon after that she was pregnant. The son ended up being named Zachary. So Dear Zachary is
Okay.
this guy's friend taking his camera across North America to interview his friends and family so that Zachary knew who his dad was.
Okay.
And I watched it. It was on YouTube. I don't know if it's still on YouTube, but it was an hour and a half. So I was like, yeah, it's 9. I can watch this and then go to sleep and have enough like a good night's rest and still be okay tomorrow for my 8 o'clock start.
Yeah.
And I finished it at 10:30. Cried until 2 in the morning. Showered and went to work. It was ridiculous. It was such a like I got
Just a
goosebumps now thinking
Wow.
of it.
moving
Woof.
film.
what's the last movie you guys cried at? Well, we're all men here, but I'm sure, I am like almost 100% sure we've
The
all cried.
honest
to a movie.
answer is Guardians of the Galaxy.
You can't be serious.
and not Goodwill Hunting. That I,
This is a non-judgmental zone.
You're right.
be
You're right.
judgmental because it's a weird one.
It's a safe place here.
Yeah, because
Welcome.
and
Welcome to a
not
safe place.
Goodwill Hunting that I watched immediately after, but Guardians of the Galaxy. No, I lied. Tuesdays with Maury because I watched a TV movie of Tuesdays with Maury,
Oh wow.
which the book just wrecks me every time I read it. I read it a few times a year.
So I'm not going to say this in this disparaging way, but you cry a lot at good movies.
Oh, dude, I have like a hair trigger emotional response to stuff.
Which is totally fine. But okay, how about you?
So I'm trying to think, but I can't.
Are you a crier?
I'm not a crier,
I'm
but
okay.
if it's a tearjerker, it might get me.
Let me
but
see.
I won't cry. I might tear up.
What's the dog movie about the
A Dog's Purpose.
No. It's an older one. Everybody cried on it. It was about the
All
golden
Dogs Go to
lab.
Heaven?
No, it's a live action one.
Oh, Homeward Bound.
No, newer than that. It came out in like high school times.
Dog movie, Airbud.
Airbud?
Do you know any of the
Air Bud
synop-
2?
the plot of it?
I had never watched it, but okay,
Bud
it's
3.
just about like a guy getting his girlfriend like a little golden lab.
Marley and Me.
Marley and Me.
Okay.
You watched that?
No. That was one of the ones I've never
okay,
seen.
okay. And now it's gone because you can't watch things from the past. As
Yeah,
we just
no.
spoke about.
Yeah, because I erased my memory. It's all gone.
You know what's an absolute
Sorry, where am I?
like a visceral emotional film has got to be 50 Shades Darker, which is now in theaters.
Are you gonna go see
It's
that?
a great movie. I saw
I'm
it.
probably gonna watch
you
it.
seen
Have
it?
you?
I did.
Oh, of course.
How
you
was,
did, 'cause
okay,
I've
you
now
gotta
seen
tell me.
both.
You got to tell me how they were.
The second one was better than the first one,
Really?
movie-wise.
Okay.
The second one was apparently more graphic,
Oh.
according to my girlfriend. Hello, Cheryl.
Hey, I remember you from 5 years ago.
But I don't know. Like, it's not. I mean, it is what it is. Have you seen either one of them?
No, I mean I know the thing.
You're not in it for the plot.
Yeah.
I was
Oh.
trying to find the character development, which again, the second one has a bit more. Because I guess it's one of those things where they can only do the same thing so many times before
Right.
they're like, all right, if we're going to keep making money with this, we got to turn it into something. Which maybe not. Maybe people just see it on Valentine's Day.
It's true.
They get a little bit, little hot,
Yeah.
and then it's a great day. It's a great night.
They get hot and heavy, and then
It's cold
they leave.
outside, but the theater's steaming.
I mean, if it's anything like this room, it's going to be.
Yeah, this is like I can feel my skin getting all like.
But yeah, I have seen both, and second one is better.
Wow. Okay.
So,
No. Yeah.
props to them.
I'm not even. Yeah, that's not a disparaging thing. Like that's I wanted to see it for research. I'm gonna say because it always seems like I don't know why people love it other than the obvious one.
Yeah.
Right. Because people clearly like it, and I'm
Yeah.
not gonna commit myself to a book. Right.
See, I think part of that though might have just been that it became like the trendy thing to do. At one point, it got really popular,
Right.
And so then everybody had to have this book, and everybody was on a bus with it. It was kind of gross, but
It's
hey,
true.
whatever.
It's true. No. Yeah.
So I think part of its popularity, or I guess that kind of goes hand in hand with it
Yeah.
being trending,
That's fine.
was just that it was a trendy thing to do.
Right.
But I mean, the movies have sold pretty well. So,
Yeah, no,
I
they
mean,
definitely
it's
have.
Clearly a loved thing.
Loved in more than one.
Yes.
Well, more than one meeting.
It's a rare situation where the sequel is better than the original,
Yeah, that's what I was trying to
like
think of.
Jaws or Ghostbusters remake.
Now I'm trying to think of the last movie I cried at. You're not a crier. You're not crying.
Yeah, like I said, I won't like full out cry, but there have been. I can't think of any right now, but there have been movies where there's a little tear there because
Right.
something got me. Probably something to do with like the death of a loved one or something.
Okay. Yeah.
Or something like probably something like that. Like I don't
Right.
really cry at like romance movies or
Yeah.
anything like it's a very like particular thing that'll make me like damn that would suck.
Something too relatable or something like that, or like
yeah,
if
like
you were in
something
that
that like
shoes.
if I were in that position I'd be
Yeah.
like damn.
I think that's what gets me too, and I'm in the same way as you. I don't like openly weep, but I do get like the tear, and
Yeah.
I feel holding. I gotta hold it back, 'cause,
Yeah, you
gotta
gotta,
be like a man. But I get a few tears here and there. If I'm trying to remember correctly, the last movie I cried at was actually 50-50 because I watched it like a
makes
week
sense,
ago.
yeah.
Actually, I think the last movie that almost got me was the last Fast and Furious.
Oh.
Oh man, that last scene when when they're like racing each other, then it pans up. Oh, jeez. That guy, I was gripping my knee and I was
Yeah,
like,
no.
don't do it.
That's funny. I mean,
Strong.
it's funny because it's such a manly movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And manly in quotations because we're all men and we don't care if we cry. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Right. I think my friends just to not take it too far away from our conversation, but I think the weirdest time I've seen someone cry in a movie was in Transformers 2.
Oh,
Yeah, the Michael Bay movies.
The ones with all the explosions?
Yeah, one of my best friends cried when Optimus Prime died.
Hey,
Spoilers.
that's fair. That was a
But like,
rough moment.
did you not know he was going to come back though? It's Optimus Prime.
Can't just kill Optimus Prime.
Sorry for the spoilers. If you're listening and you haven't seen Transformers 2, that's my bad. But sadly, it's about that time of the week where we have to say our farewells. It's been a pleasure, and I'm going to say, where can people look at your stuff or maybe just connect to you and want to talk to you?
Okay.
Facebook.
Not Facebook.
Oh.
Well, maybe Facebook. If you're already on my Facebook, sure.
Yeah.
But you can find me on Instagram at Brett's Eye, BretTTSEYE, Brett's Eye. You can find my artwork stuff at knapsackwax.com,
Oh.
KNAPSACKWAX.com.
Nice.
What else is there?
How do you spell com?
COM.
okay, thank you.
CALM.
.com.
That was a really good joke.
You could follow me on the Twitter, Brett Linzen, BretTTLINDZEN. But probably Instagram's the way to go because
for sure.
that's my jam.
That's the hip thing now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm
Awesome.
not hard to find. Just Google me.
Yeah.
You can find me, I'm sure.
I'm doing it right now.
All right, that's weird, but all right.
Yeah, right in front of you. All right, it's been a pleasure. I hope you had fun, and I know I did. thank you for coming on.
No problem.
And it's been a pleasure.
Until next time.
Yeah, until
it's
next time.
It's got to be like one of those Alec Baldwin things.
It's going to be.
Where it's like, I break the record. It is Alec, right?
Alec, yeah. Alec Baldwin.
Okay, cool. SNL. Yeah. Okay, cool.
All right. So right now I'm going to play a little bit of I Got You, and I'll got you next time. On Say Radio, the voice of Seneca College.